Thanks for joining in over here today. I know what you're thinking. Okay, you're like, brands. Did he come up with anything more boring and uninteresting to talk about? But please work with me a little bit over here. We're going to get into how brands actually relate to ourselves and how we're actually brands in a lot of ways. So just work with me. So we all know what brands are. Brands are everywhere. This is a brand that I'm wearing right now. This is my company, Spirits Network. Not shameless self-promotion, just to say that they're everywhere. So let's talk a little bit more in deep about how brands work. So there was a book, How Brands Grow, from Byron Sharp. And he talked, a few of the concepts in there he talked about were physical availability and mental availability of brands. So your brand has to be physically available. It has to be distributed. It has to be in stores, or it has to be digitally downloadable if it's only online product. But to actually get people to trigger to buy things, they need sort of mental availability of the brand. So they need, these are all formed through deep memory connections inside of you that take a variety of factors. So it might be locality, for example. You see a brand over and over again in your nearby surroundings so that you're kind of immersed with it and you're more likely to have that trigger of purchase. Or it could be friends, that use brands. And these friends, of course, you trust, they're around you all the time, so you're more likely to be associated with brands that they're associated with. And then there are sort of these deep visceral sensory connections to brands, especially food brands. We might have certain smells and tastes associated with it. Clothing might have certain texture associated with it that all associates with this deep memory connection. Another thing he talks about is, 55% roughly of brand support is from your current base of customers. So we want to always keep that in mind, that's a sustainable, that's the majority. We need to keep that functioning, as well as kind of searching out for new customers through discounting, promotions, and other mechanisms. So the other last concept is we get this multiplier effect with our brand through various types of advertising. So TV, for example, is known to have a 3-time multiplier. You'll get 3 times more sales in television advertising than if you didn't do television advertising. So how does this relate to us? Well, I want you to kind of think of those concepts and really think of us as brands. So we project image, what we do, what we say, what we like or dislike, all as part of our brands and our brand identity. We maintain a customer base and we try to increase it. So we've got our loyal following, if you will, our friends and tight family, and that's our customer base. We have to remember to always sustain that base. We need to make sure we spend time with these people and we appreciate the feedback they're giving us so that we don't lose our brand identity amongst our current base. We want to grow our brand, not shrink it. And we also want our brand associated with quality. And we want people that are around this brand to feel they've gotten a positive experience. And it's a pleasurable activity, so they want to reassociate with the brand. If they have a negative experience, they don't want to associate with the brand. So in reality, we really do all share these same concepts. So let me finalize it out and talk about what I want for my brand identity. What is Eric's brand? I want my brand to be international. I did my internship in Latin America. I'm now out here doing a work gig in Eastern Europe. So I want people to recognize that about me, and that's how I want to be my brand promoted. But I also want it to be regionalized. So just like McDonald's might have a few items on there that are specific to the Ukrainian market, I can specialize as well. I'm known for making a good borscht, although people have told me that before. So I've regionalized to where I'm at, and I feel good. And I want that to be a characteristic about me that gets promoted for me. I want my brand to be consistent, but not boring. So I want there to be kind of a known experience when you're here, but something just a little different, because if our brand doesn't evolve, it becomes stale. I want my brand to be fun, but not silly or stupid. So want people to laugh and enjoy, because pleasurable activity releases endorphins, which basically people want that behavior to happen again. But we don't want to do, kind of outwardly silly things just to kind of get attention, because those things fade fairly quickly. Those aren't reproducible. And then lastly, I want my brand to be about shared experience. I want people to promote my brand for me. If you learn something from me, if you experience a good feeling around me, you will share that with others. And therefore, you're promoting my brand. So when we think about that, that's the best way to get that multiplier effect that advertising gets for commercial brands. But it's human interaction over marketing, and it's converse over commerce. So let's remember who we are. We're brands. Let's promote, and good luck with your brands. Thank you.
Thank you.